Hi, McKelly. So I'm happy to see these new essays from you. Let's take a look at what you wrote today. Pollution becoming worse. What are the reasons and how can we solve this? Let's see what you did. In modern society, the increase in environmental damage around the world, specifically in metropolitans, is very concerning. Okay, first of all, I really would like some punctuation here. So, in modern society, the increase in environmental damage around the world, comma, specifically in da-da-da, comma, is very concerning, okay? Now, this word, you don't mean metropolitans. That's not a noun. It's an adjective. What you really want to say is metropolises, okay? That's the correct form of this word. So it should be specifically in metropolises, comma. This has been amplified by the relocation of the general population from the rural areas to the capitals of many countries. Challenges such as waste disposal, congestion, and overcrowding have become familiar with developed countries' central business districts. Okay, there's also something wrong here. It's almost like you're using too many nouns as adjectives. It becomes confusing. So let's change it to something else, and let's say have become familiar in the central business districts of developed countries. I know, too many prepositional phrases, but it's really the only way to make this clearer. If when you revise this you can come up with another way that would make this clear, but not so heavy with prepositions, then definitely, do it. Okay. Now what you don't tell me here, and what I would like, is that since this question has asked you reasons and solutions, what I would like to see here is something indicating that you're also going to address the solutions. Okay? So even something as simple as at the end of this sentence writing, however, there are various solutions available, really clues the examiner into the fact that yes, I'm going to address the challenges, but I'm also aware of the fact that you've asked me to address the solutions, and so I plan to do this. Okay? So just keep that in mind when you're writing your introduction. You should show the examiner that, yes, I understand the question. I'm going to address all the areas of the task. Okay. Humans have been the reason, and in fact, the source, again, use a comma here, and in fact, comma, the source of all the environmental harm on the planet, and as such, the increase in the human race has therefore led to an increase in pollution. When cities were planned and developed, there was a certain population expectancy and a related amount of waste disposal plans, and a related amount, how about a related number of waste disposal plans put in place. Yet, due to the city booms, these plans have failed and led to short-term solutions. For example, huge dump sites and incinerating plastics. All right, these are lovely examples, but they don't create a full sentence. So, even if you had just said huge dump sites and incinerating plastic, or not incinerating, incinerated plastics are an example of such short-term solutions, that's a full sentence. But when you just write it like this, it's incorrect. The other thing you could have done is put a comma here, lowercase, so connect them together. However, I don't really advise that because then the sentence becomes really long. Look, I mean, you start up here and then it ends here. So yes, create a new sentence, but also make sure it is a full sentence, okay? Moving on. Many public transportation facilities have also failed and brought about individuals driving their own careful vehicles into city centers, causing congestion and noise pollution. Okay, fine. Okay, moving on. In order to curb the increase of pollution, governments, both globally and nationally, need to agree. The most pressing concern on the environment is global warming, which is directly related to large cities and emissions released. Municipalities need to dispose of waste correctly and efficiently, such as recycling or reusing waste, by distributing and allocating resources effectively to transport department. What do you mean, transport department? You mean to, like, the facilities that deal with garbage trucks? No. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so what you're doing here is you're now providing a second solution, but to a different problem. So what's happening is that you need a better transition, okay? Because so far I know that you're talking about waste and the disposal of waste. So what I wanted here was a better cohesive device. So something like furthermore or additionally or another solution. Okay, so just to show the reader that you are transitioning to a different idea and to a different problem and its solution. Okay, so just a better transition here. So let's see if I can think of one really fast. In terms of transport or in terms of emissions or something like that, or in terms of air pollution, by distributing and allocating resources effectively to the transport department, public transportation could be improved. And you want to make this theoretical, okay? Could be improved and developed. This would decrease CO2 gases and encourage environmentally friendly communities. Once proven, comma here, this will be comma template for developing cities around the world. Now here I would like an and, okay? And a great example where this is being implemented is, you don't need that of Australia. You could say is in Australia and new developing suburbs around the capital, Canberra. As such, it can be concluded that the problems facing society's environment can be decreased and even solved if the population can work together. I'm not really a huge fan of this, facing society's environment. Facing the environment, just no societies. New suburbs being developed should analyze shortfalls in other existing cities and plan accordingly. Lovely. That's really nice, okay? There are obviously some little things that I wanted you to work on in terms of cohesion, some little grammatical things and everything else that I mentioned so far, but nothing that creates a huge issue. All right? So let's look at your letter. Summer job. To whom it may concern, I'm writing this letter regarding a short-term employment at your establishment. My name is McKelly Leonard, and I'm currently studying to be an entrepreneur. I'm 22 and in my final year at the University of Botswana. Due to our timetable schedule, well, no, just either timetable or schedule, and timetable is typically one word. So, due to our timetable, I have 6 weeks available in June and July where I would love to gain some valuable knowledge from your business if possible. I'm open to answering phones, running errands, or working in your workshops. I have been working in a product support capacity before attending university. Well, careful, because you're clearly pointing out a point in the past, so this should be past tense as well, not present perfect. So, I worked in a product support capacity before attending university, as well as working in the restaurant industry during December holidays. Here you didn't need a comma. References are available on request. Again, this is not a full sentence. Capitalize your R, and you need an R here. References are available on request. These previous employment experiences have helped develop networking and social skills along with a growing interest in advertising. Okay, that's fine, but then this sentence is really out of order. Didn't belong here. I would have liked it to go at the very end here. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much for taking time to receive my letter. I look forward to hearing. All right, here again, you've got 2 totally different separate sentences. Either use an and or put a semicolon. Okay? Please see below for contact details. All right, now, check this out. That's all fine. However, the person you addressed your letter to was to whom it may concern, which means we don't know the name of the person we're writing to, which means that your letter, your sign-off has to be to yours faithfully. All right? It's just a convention of letter writing. When we don't know the name of the person we are writing to, we end yours faithfully. Also, do not forget a comma. It might seem like a minor detail to you. I assure you it is not. Examiners look at this kind of stuff and pay a lot of attention to it, so make sure you correct that. Yours faithfully, comma. All right, and the rest is fine. So, McKelly, you've done some really nice things here. Again, your command of English and grammar and vocabulary is really quite good. We do have to just work on some of those other little skills like task response, like coherence and cohesion, and then just some minor grammar issues that happen along the way. So at this point, you need to correct these essays, send them back to us. Don't forget about your error correction list. I'm here. I'm waiting to see what you write for us next, so good luck with your next writing assignment.